In January 1959, the Ural Mountains slept under a thick, unbroken blanket of snow. The air was bitter, sharp enough to cut the skin. 9 hikers prepared for an expedition that promised adventure, challenge, and discovery. They were students, athletes, young and confident in their skills. They were fearless, or so they thought. Led by Igor Dyatlov, the group carried skis, tents, and dreams into the frozen wilderness. Each step they took was into the unknown. The Ural Mountains are beautiful in winter, but they are also merciless. Many locals whisper of strange forces, of mountains that do not forgive, of storms that can erase a person in minutes. But the hikers had plans, schedules, and ambitions. They laughed at superstition, believing that preparation and skill could shield them from danger. The journey began with optimism. Days passed as they climbed higher, skis cutting through the deep snow. Nights were long and freezing, but their tents provided warmth. Their camaraderie provided comfort. Yet, as they approached the slopes of Kholat Syakhl, the mountain's name began to cast a shadow. Mountain of the Dead, the locals warned, but the hikers were determined. They pitched their tent on the slopes, unaware that the mountain had already begun its silent, patient work. The night of February 1st arrived. The wind howled with unusual intensity, slicing through layers of fabric and snow. Somewhere in the darkness, the hikers made a decision that would cost them everything. What drove them from their tent? What unseen terror forced them into the blizzard, barefoot, underdressed, into temperatures far below freezing? No one knows, only the snow knows, and the snow keeps its secrets. Days later, rescuers arrived. The tent was cut open from the inside. Shoes, coats, warm clothes, abandoned. It was as if the hikers had fled a threat that none could confront. Footprints led out into the night, disappearing into the white void. One by one, their bodies were discovered, scattered across the snow, some close to the tent, others farther away. Hypothermia explained some deaths, but not all. Some had fractured skulls, broken ribs, injuries severe enough to crush a body, yet with little external damage. One young woman's tongue was missing. Another had lost her eyes. How could this have happened? Investigators struggled to make sense of it. Was it an avalanche? A sudden katabatic wind? Some strange military experiment? Radiation? Over decades, theories multiplied, yet none could fully explain the evidence. Even modern science has struggled to recreate the sequence of events. And the more the investigation deepened, the more the story became a legend, whispered across the world as the Dyatlov Pass incident, a mystery that defies understanding. Imagine the hikers that night, cold, terrified, disoriented, snow blinding their vision, wind pushing them off course, their bodies weakening with each step. The mountain was alive in its silence, an indifferent predator. Some of them may have hallucinated. Some may have fought to survive. Others may have simply vanished into the snowstorm, swallowed by the mountain's relentless grasp. The injuries defy explanation. Broken bones as if struck by a force beyond human strength. Yet the surrounding snow remained undisturbed. No tracks of struggle. Only the footprints leading away from the tent. And then nothing. What could have caused such trauma? Theories abound. An avalanche, a military test, a yeti, or some force humans cannot comprehend. But no evidence has ever been found to confirm any theory. Only questions. Only silence. Over the years, the Dyatlov Pass has drawn adventurers, scientists, and thrill-seekers. Each reads the old reports, studies the photographs, imagines the final moments of those 9 young lives. And yet, the mountain keeps its secret. The wind sweeps across the slopes. The snow falls silently. The peaks rise as they did 1,000 years ago, indifferent to human life, impervious to understanding. Consider for a moment what it would be like to face that mountain at night, to hear the wind scream through the valleys, to see the darkness press down with weight, to feel your body weaken, your breath freeze, your mind struggle to comprehend what is happening. Now imagine running, fleeing an invisible threat, barefoot and half-dressed, with the snow devouring every sound, every movement. That is what happened. That is what the world may never fully understand. And here is the final chilling thought. Perhaps the mountain is not a place. Perhaps it is a force, a presence that does not forgive. A silent observer, patient and eternal. The hikers did not simply fall victim to cold or accident. Something else, something we may never name, forced them out of their tents, into the storm, into the unknown. And then the mountain claimed them.